I've been ordered to do the intro, so I'm going to do it. We got deep today, real deep. We're talking about Girlfriend GPT, which on the surface might seem as a sordid episode about artificial sex and virtual vibrators, but it's not. We go into the very nature of what it is to be human. So
go deep.
It was deep.
We go deep.
So
and
deep.
John makes a whole pun. So stay tuned for that.
Oh,
yeah. Enjoy. Interesting story here from Cyber News. One of those weird websites, we've used them before, where it seems a little bit shonky, as in the writing isn't great.
Early Vice vibes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like sort of like college reporters. So, by the way, anybody from Cyber News watching this, which I'm sure you guys all are, no disrespect, not dissing you guys, just
from one
I mean, they're no bleeping computer.
They're no bleeping computer.
Yeah, they're not the bleep.
Those guys are beep. Those guys are on our list.
I also get the feeling like a lot of their articles are sponsored somehow. That's the kind of vibe I get, like
from Cyber News.
Bleepers?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
possible.
So Girlfriend GPT, there's a guy. He started he created his own model specifically with the intention of. He modeled it on his own girlfriend as well, which is
oh my god, that's terrifying.
A bit weird. Yeah, he threw out the morality filter stuff and kind of designed it to act in a way as if it was your partner. I don't know if it actually. I don't remember if it was doing boyfriends as well. I think it was just girlfriend.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't mention that in the article.
If you record enough conversations with your girlfriend, you could train a model on that.
This is one of those weird things. Like, I don't know if I've seen any stories about it, but like having a virtual representation of somebody who might have passed away is kind of a thing. It's been in movies before, I know, but I think that's going to be something that's going to come up very soon. Anyway, this is a real live person, his actual girlfriend, and then he created a service that raked in a whole bunch of money, which I can, imagine. I think it was 140 grand or something like that. And then Stripe dropped him. And
it started as this project to recreate a girlfriend. And then the customers kind of demanded that the NSFW be allowed. He ended up getting dropped by Stripe, had to cease development, and now shut down. And the article kind of talks about the societal norms, the social impact, the financial impact.
Wait, but there's more payment processors than Stripe.
Yeah, but I think he was all tied up. But anyway, you go on. Sorry, I interrupted.
I as I was reading this, I kept wondering what you guys thought, because you talked about how relationships with AI are still relationships. Maybe they're just a different kind. And so I'm curious to hear what you say about that. Like, what do you think about this idea of girlfriend GPT generally?
I mean, here's the ugly truth, sort of pun intended. If you're undateable for whatever reason, like maybe you're paraplegic and you're stuck at home and you can't date. It is near impossible for you to date. Harsh reality here, yeah? This could be an outlet, at least a partial one, to have some imagination, at least, of what it could be like. Is that worse? Is that better? I don't know. But I do know that a lot of people out there, for whatever reason, maybe they have extreme social anxiety. This could actually help them.
I think that's
text overcome communication barriers. Like, there's so many ways that this could actually benefit you. Now, the whole NSFW filter, a bit weird.
Why?
So
I don't know what the viewers.
We know what the viewers or users were using it for. Primarily, it wasn't to talk while lying in bed, or maybe it was to talk while lying in bed.
That.
I disagree.
Well,
but I think it was to make a connection.
Yeah,
with something not real.
Okay. Right. So I agree pretty much with John, but I think it's more simple than that. I think there already exists a huge culture of people, parasocial relationships and virtual girlfriends and people who pay money to OnlyFans models is already kind of like this. I think the porn side of it is like, well, okay, but if it's actually going to be used as a girlfriend, you want your girlfriend to talk dirty to you. I mean, your partner probably, most people do.
I agree.
So I guess sort of natural.
The difference, Peter, is that they are not real, and of course, the argument there is, well, the relationships people build with OnlyFans models is also not real.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So much so that I've read that some OnlyFans models will hire people to talk to the dudes or whatever who are paying them.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, Peter,
I can see that.
You can like pay $1 an hour to some poor third world country person who will just type for you instead.
Yeah.
Kind of fucked up, but yeah.
I'm confused. Or I don't understand what your conclusion is then, Peter, because you say like, well, we've already got this issue with parasocial relationships. So is that to say that this is okay or good, or
I mean,
just to say like, I don't know, it is what it is?
I think it's kind of better than it is than doing it with real people. In a way, I suppose. I don't know. I suppose it deprives OnlyFans models of some money. But I think it's like, that's partly my thing. Is that it's happening anyway. It's going to happen anyway. We're in that state in the world. So
it is happening. But parasocial relationships are generally accepted to be like social, like damaging, mentally unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because they're not actual relationships. They're kind of imagined one-sided relationships. So if you're saying, well, this is an extension of that, then it's moving in the wrong direction.
I don't know if that's true. I think maybe you think that other people think it's unhealthy.
No. I'm pretty sure research has been done on parasocial relationships, and the conclusion is that they're really fucking bad for you.
Like psychologically damaging.
Because you're making up a relationship with a person.
Yeah.
I mean, in some cultures, it's so embedded in like Korean and Japanese culture.
Right, exactly. Very true.
It's like, I don't know.
I mean, Western world too. Look at Friends. Friends was probably the biggest example of a parasocial relationship where, I don't know.
The show.
The show. A billion people loved them. Loved like they were their friends. To the point where, I don't know if I'm a huge fan. Friends taught me English. But if you go and watch the 20th anniversary of Friends, I think is what it was. 20th or 25th, I don't remember. They show people from all over the world talking about what an impact Friends had on them in their life.
Yeah, okay.
Is that a negative? I mean, is it a negative that like I feel like I'm a friend with someone who doesn't actually really know who I am or that I even exist? I don't know.
It is if it comes at the expense of real relationships. In isolation, it's not. Yeah, we all are fans of things who, idolize people we don't know.
But what if, again, I'll loop it back to my problem of what if I can't build a real relationship?
Maybe that's still such an edge case, though. Yeah, it's being able to chat and just like have the mental stimulation of a simulated conversation better than laying on my back staring at a ceiling. Sure, but it's not gonna like you're missing that part of your life for sure. It's not replacing
missing that part of your life.
It's not replacing a human relationship. It's a different thing.
I think you're thinking of it in a way too of a traditional way where we now have new coping mechanisms. This is one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
What the fuck is that movie called? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on the name. Something 2049. What's it called?
Blade Runner?
I don't know. Mate.
What?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. So like the what are they called? The fake people.
I don't.
You guys
I don't
remember?
Oh, you've really put my brain
know.
on freeze mode.
This is
Yeah,
a
I knew
story.
these things immediately before you asked me. Oh,
What are
God,
they
I've got to look
called?
it up now.
Replicants,
Sorry.
right? Aren't they
Replicants,
replicants?
yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
Oof.
that's it. Well done. Woo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peter
God,
saved the day.
I exercised my brain for that. I felt the fold being created. So when the main replicant, Joe, right, like he's dating an AI. And we see towards the end how they're advertising this sex AI. This is a sex bot for lonely people, lonely Joes. And I mean, it's a great example of someone who just can't have a physical relationship for whatever reason. So they go for a virtual one, a fake one.
What about? Well, yeah, and the thing is, in that case, he's totally aware of what's going on, right? So, what about if you totally understand that this is a virtual thing? It's not real, but you're still like, I don't care. I'm happy with that. Like, and I think that's if with girlfriend GPT, it's not like trying to. I get what you're saying, Mike. Like, people will kind of pretend that it's real. They'll develop a parasocial relationship with a virtual entity, but like. I don't know. I don't think it's inherently good or inherently bad. It's a layered thing. It's not black and white.
It feels like the
advantages and disadvantages.
It feels like the same argument as saying like, well, I know drugs are bad for me, but they feel good. So if I'm going to spend my life high on whatever, I should just be able to do that, and that's fine.
No, because drugs are, I mean, objectively bad.
Not all of them. Some of them are great.
Well.
I mean, I would say the same thing about parasocial relationships.
I mean, drugs are objectively bad because of the damage to your physical and mental health.
I take such issue with that statement. I really do.
Are you going to justify? Okay. I mean, I can pick out 5 drugs that are terrible for your mental and physical health.
I'll give you 15 that are great, but only everything is
but
good.
We're really
in moderation.
talking about narcotics here. We're not talking about ibuprofen.
No, I'm talking about like illegal Class A drugs. Some of them are a lot of fun.
So like,
if you do it
I
the right
can't justify
setting,
the use, right? I can't justify the use of heroin or crack or meth or PCP or like any of those.
Once or twice,
Not once or twice. Like they are damaging to you.
No, I disagree, but that's a whole other episode.
I mean, Peter,
I think I think you're both though making my argument, which is right. So parasocial relationship with girlfriend GPT is not a hot shot of heroin that could kill you.
Sure.
But if I use weed or one of Peter's fun drugs that can really extend your life every single day, then that's just as bad over the duration. So like what I'm saying about all this is like, yeah, it's cool, fun, play with it, whatever. You can't live your entire life that way.
Right. I think that's probably a separate issue to like we're not banning.
And I disagree. Because you get to choose how to live your life.
Sure. So I choose to live on drugs all the time. That's the point.
Nope. If it's not damaging you physically or mentally, I think you can go talk to girlfriend GPT for as long as you want.
Mentally.
But it isn't. But it really isn't. Are video games damaging you if you play them every day?
Yeah, I think they can do. I mean, I think that some kids have ended. Oh man, we're not getting anywhere with this, are we? There's a balance, right? There's a balance.
That's it. There is a balance. If I'm spending 20 hours every day, I'm sleeping for 4 hours, and I'm spending 20 hours talking to girlfriend GPT, there is a problem. If I'm talking to girlfriend GPT before going to bed for an hour, that's not a problem. Yeah. Just like if I'm playing a couple of games of League of Legends or Apex or Rocket League or fucking
just
Startup Simulator,
maybe 4
before going to bed,
or 5,
6,
no more than
possibly 8.
It's no more than
fine.
Like 10 max.
Max
11.
In this scenario, artificial girlfriends will end up being more like heroin than like marijuana.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe.
In the addictive property.
And psychologically damaging.
Maybe. All right, now so
we'll
okay, we've gone on for a long time, but let me just end with a hypothetical question, right? Now, let's say you can have a girlfriend GPT, which is perfectly accurate and mimics a girlfriend throughout the whole life cycle and will grow old with you and develop as a person or a personality with you, right? And bear in mind, AI is the worst it will ever be right now. So I think it will get there eventually. Okay. It's a matter of when, not if. We pair that with some kind of physical device that allows you to receive stimulation.
Favors. Sure.
Yeah. Like, what's the difference between that and a real
classic
relationship?
Peter. Classic Peter.
Yeah.
The difference is probably, Peter, something that's just at the top of my head. The difference is probably that one is human.
Yeah, but why does that matter?
Why does that matter?
Yeah.
Biology.
Okay, apart from having kids, yeah.
Reflex.
What's a reflex? What do you mean by that?
Like genetic code. Like, we are made to partner. We were made to partner. We are one half of a whole. And the other half, no pun intended on the whole, the other half...
I missed that.
I'm sorry. I got to point it out. It was too good. It was too high up there. It's too high level.
Of the whole.
Yeah. So we've got an entire, from the start of the beginning of time to now, evolved. So we have this evolution line, to where this is where we arrive. So to procreate.
To Peter's point, so Peter, what you're saying is, if you could create something that's indistinguishable from the original, then what difference does it make if it's not the original?
Kind of, or if it has enough.
If I could print a steak, 3D print it, and it tastes like a cow, and you can't tell the difference, is it just as good? Maybe, but I think it is human arrogance that lets us think that we can invent a AGI that is that good. To think that we can create a device as good as the human brain is, to my mind, absurd.
Mike,
I don't think we will. I think
AI will. Thank you, Peter. We have seen that AI is capable of beating humans. So a good example is the game Go.
Better than human is not human. It is a different thing.
Yes, right. So if we take the example of the AI that beat the world champion in Go, or the AI that beat the Dota 2 world champions, you apply that to everything a human can do. We have now created something that is better than us.
Okay, but we're not talking code something. That's not the question, because now it's completely distinguishable from humans. It is definitively not human, because no human could be capable of all those things. Because this is the point.
No, that's not the point. The point is that it will create the equivalent to a woman.
Yeah, so it will be so perfect that it will reverse engineer the imperfections of humans to make an inferior thing. That for your enjoyment is the better thing.
Better? The same.
Yeah, this is,
and I know we've gone on even longer than we had earlier when I was thinking it would be my last question. But John, to respond to your point about us being biologically evolved to need partners and to procreate, I think that it could be argued that the creation of a synthetic human being, or which is what we're talking about here with the girlfriend GPT, could be considered the next stage in evolution. That nature, if you stand back and look at the world, Mother Earth,
I'm with you.
That us creating something that
new
is essentially giving birth to
the next stage, which is what everyone is so scared of, right? Like, when I say everyone, I mean all those guys and gals that signed that anti-AI document. Like, this is their fear, is that we will extinct ourselves through this, because we will create what the Homo, what was the one before the Homo sapiens? Mike, you're smart.
Homo erotica.
Nope.
Neanderthals.
I'm
No
pretty
way.
sure that was it.
Shut up.
Neanderthals.
Who wrote this stuff? Who made this stuff? The Neanderthals, right? Like we fucked the Neanderthals out of the world, literally.
Yeah, there's a really interesting book called oh shit, what's the book called?
Sapiens.
Totally.
Homo
Sapiens. Yeah, that's
right?
the book. Yeah.
Excellent
book about that. So right now, there are beings watching this show, which is a sci-fi movie about future AIs who think that they are the originals.
Hey,
and
hello,
to
future.
all of you, I just would like to say, like and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow.